One of the most famous games in Major League Baseball history occurred on May 6, 1998, when the Chicago Cubs hosted the Houston Astros. In just his 5th career appearance, Cubs rookie pitcher Kerry Wood became just the 2nd pitcher ever to strike out 20 batters in a 9-inning game. Along with 20 strikeouts, he allowed only 2 base runners, a hit by pitch, and a single. That single should have been ruled an error, but that's neither here nor there. It's been called one of the greatest pitching performances in baseball history, but for this video, I'm not going to go into the game itself. Most people watching are likely familiar with it, and even if you're not, there are a lot of videos regarding it that are already on YouTube. So if this video has nothing to do with that game, why do I bring it up? Everybody remembers that performance and its importance in baseball history, but there was so much more to that season that doesn't get talked about. Kerry Wood put together one of the finest and most dominant seasons by a rookie pitcher of all time, and his incredible year often gets overshadowed by that one game. You know what Wood did on May 6th, but do you know what he did throughout all of 1998? Let's start from the beginning. Before even appearing in the minor leagues, was Kerry Wood already a highly touted pitcher, being arguably the best high school pitcher in the United States during his senior year in 1995. The Cubs took notice of his talent and drafted him 4th overall in the 1995 MLB draft. Wood quickly worked his way up in the farm system, establishing himself as a high-powered strikeout pitcher. In 266 innings in the minor leagues from 1996 to 1997, Wood struck out 322 batters, which is a rate of nearly 11 per 9 innings. He was the number 3 overall prospect in Major League Baseball ahead of the 1997 season, and was 4th entering 1998. Wood only appeared in a single minor league game in 98 before getting promoted to the big league roster, where he made his debut on April 12th, 2 months shy of his 21st birthday. While his arrival was expected sooner than later, he was up and down through his first 3 games of his career. In his Major League debut, Wood faced the Montreal Expos on the road. He pitched 4 2/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, walked 3, and took the loss. Not great, but he did strike out 7 Expos batters. Wood might have had a shaky first game, but followed it up with a gem. Facing the Los Angeles Dodgers in his first game at Wrigley Field, he threw 5 shutout innings, allowing 4 hits, 3 walks, and once again, struck out 7 batters. He earned his first career win, and even picked up his first career hit and RBI. Facing Los Angeles again in his 3rd career start, it was a complete 180 from the previous. After recording 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd, Wood proceeded to walk 4 consecutive batters, 3 of which were on 3-0 counts, and it forced in 2 runs. Still in the game with the bases loaded, Wood then gave up a grand slam to Mike Piazza en route to a 9-run inning by the Dodgers. Overall, in his 3rd career game, Wood pitched 1 2/3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 7 runs, walked 4, and only struck out 2. After that disastrous performance, there was some speculation on Wood getting demoted back to the minor leagues. He was, after all, just 20 years old, and through his first 3 games, allowed 11 runs for an ERA of 8.74. I didn't mention it earlier, but Wood was called up to the big leagues initially due to an injury to relief pitcher Bob Patterson. By coincidence, Patterson was set to return from the disabled list a couple days following Wood's loss. So in hindsight, it certainly didn't look like a terrible idea to send Wood back to AAA. We should be so lucky he wasn't. Chicago manager Jim Riggleman made it known that Wood wasn't going anywhere. He specifically said, "Before we brought him up here, it was, how long are they going to keep him down there? We bring him up, and people start asking, how long are they going to keep him up here? We make that decision, regardless of what people ask or say. I've never given any thought to him being anywhere but here." For someone that managed in 13 seasons in the big leagues, that was one of the smartest moves he ever made. In his next start, Wood pitched another gem. Facing the St. Louis Cardinals, he struck out 9 batters and allowed 1 run across 7 innings of work and picked up the victory. Those 9 strikeouts were a career high, and of course, he more than doubled that amount in his next start, the aforementioned 20 strikeout game. While that performance will forever live in fame, Kerry Wood had a mirage of other great performances throughout his rookie season. He followed up his 20 strikeout game by striking out 13 Arizona Diamondback hitters while allowing 1 run, and later that month, struck out 13 Atlanta Braves while allowing 2 runs. Imagine a rookie pitcher having 3 games where he struck out 13 batters in a single month. Overall, in 1998, Wood started 26 games and threw 166 2/3 innings. He went 13-6 while achieving an ERA of 3.40, adjusted ERA of 129, a WHIP of 1.212, struck out 12.6 batters per 9 innings, and earned 3.9 WAR. He almost certainly would have won more games and had better marks, but missed all of September due to an elbow injury. Come to think of it, had he stayed healthy, Wood might have broken the modern era record for most strikeouts by a rookie. The record belongs to Dwight Gooden, who struck out 276 batters in his rookie season. Kerry Wood finished with 233 strikeouts, 44 short of breaking the record. Given his 12.6 strikeout rate, he would have had to pitch around an additional 31 innings. 31 innings across, let's say, 5 starts, is roughly 6 1/3 innings per start. That absolutely seems plausible. Whatever the case, despite missing the final month, Wood still took home the National League Rookie of the Year award, narrowly beating out Colorado Rockies first baseman Todd Helton. Anyway, Kerry Wood's stats sound impressive, but I'm sure some people watching may say, it's not that impressive. Sure, he pitched possibly the greatest game ever, but look at the overall stats. A 3.40 ERA and 129 adjusted ERA are good, but not great. In the wildcard era of Major League Baseball, which is 1995 to present day, Wood's 3.40 ERA is the 19th best for a qualified rookie starter, and his 129 adjusted ERA the 13th best. In that same time frame, a 3.9 WAR also ranks as the 29th highest for a rookie pitcher. Don't get me wrong, all of those marks are outstanding, but the placements speak for themselves. That's all true, but consider this. First, and most importantly, Kerry Wood's 12.6 strikeouts per 9 innings broke the all-time rookie record. Dwight Gooden held the previous record, striking out 11.4 batters per 9 innings. Wait, hold on a second, I have my notes messed up. I was incorrect. Kerry Wood did not break the rookie record for strikeouts per 9 innings. He broke the Major League record, period. No qualified pitcher had ever had a strikeout rate that high before. Not Sandy Koufax, not Bob Gibson, not Roger Clemens, nobody. Suddenly, here came a 20-year-old pitcher, someone who didn't even begin the season in the majors, and completely rewrote the record books. Prior to Wood, there was only one pitcher that ever had a rate over 11.5 in a single year, and that was Randy Johnson. For context, Johnson's highest rate through 1998 was 12.3. If we exclude Johnson, then Wood beat the second highest mark by more than one additional strikeout. On a rate basis, that's honestly unbelievable. Reminder that Wood threw 166 2/3 innings, just barely qualifying for the record. There were pitchers before him that recorded a higher strikeout rate, but in far fewer innings pitched. Actually, let's look at that. Throughout all of MLB history, through the 1998 season, there was only a single pitcher that had a higher rate in more than half the innings Wood threw. Ron Dibble of the 1989 Cincinnati Reds had a strikeout rate of 12.8 in 99 innings pitched. In fact, Wood and Dibble were the only such pitchers to record a strikeout rate that high in as many as 75 innings pitched. If you think that's impressive, listen to this. Still looking at baseball history through 1998, there were only 10 instances where a pitcher recorded a 12.6 or higher strikeout rate in at least 25 innings pitched. Here's every single instance through that season of a pitcher recording a strikeout rate that high. As you can see, they were all relievers except for Kerry Wood. Wood wasn't just a strikeout machine, he redefined what a starting pitcher was capable of doing. I might also add that, since Wood's historical year, Excluding the shortened 2020 season, there have only been 7 occurrences of a qualified pitcher matching his mark. Here's the list of the pitchers who've bested him. A solid group of starters if you ask me. For how monumental his strikeout rate was, Wood's season goes well beyond it. Earlier, I discussed the first 3 of the 26 starts he made, and how he struggled initially. In the 23 starts following that, Wood threw 155 in the third innings and had a sharp 3.01 ERA. There were 103 pitchers in Major League Baseball in 1998 to throw at least 155 innings. A 3.01 ERA would have been the 9th best. It's no stretch to say, Kerry Wood was basically a top 10 starting pitcher as a rookie. Furthermore, looking back at his full year stats, Wood limited batters to a 196 average. That was the best mark for all qualified pitchers in Major League Baseball. It was a hair better than Roger Clemens at second, and a full 20 points better than Al Leiter at third. Just how good is it for a pitcher to allow a batting average that low? Of all pitchers to throw at least 160 innings in a season during a 30-year span from 1969 to 1998, Wood's 196 average allowed is the 24th lowest. 30 years, and he's inside the top 25. If you're wondering why I started with 1969, it's because that's the year the pitching mound was lowered to its current height. It's one thing to strike out many batters, it's one thing to have a low ERA, and it's one thing to not allow many hits. Kerry Wood didn't just excel at all 3 during his rookie season, he established himself as one of the best in baseball. Kerry Wood threw the greatest game ever by a pitcher in just his 5th career start. However, that performance was just a piece of the incredible rookie season he put together. He broke an all-time record and established himself as one of the top threats on the mound. Nearly 30 years later, it remains as one of the greatest rookie seasons by a pitcher in baseball history.